Just a bit of old pottery.
Bit of pottery. Good morning. It is Sunday, best day of the week. We've got a lovely dry day today and it's quite pleasantly warm. I'm quite happy in Dan's old hoodie, and we have dug a hole and inserted our new pond. Here it is. Just see it here. This was an old bucket that I picked up on the side of the road, an old plastering bucket, and I rescued it. It's now going to be a nature pond. So we've dug a hole in an area of the garden that gets a lot of sunlight throughout most of the day and dappled shade the rest. We've cleared a whole area and we've actually marked out with bricks where... Oh, hello snail. Oh, there's a little snail here crawling along to see what's going on. Oh, it doesn't look very healthy there. Yeah, so we've marked out with bricks where we want the edge of the flower bed to be, which is something that's been a really long overdue job, probably since we moved in 8 years ago. So we now know where we're going to bring the grass turf up to, and the where we can plant. So it's looking so much better just with a little bit of work. I just need to try and do some poo prevention, because the cat will look at this and go woohoo. Giant toilet just for me. And there's another little baby snail there. And I've got some pond plants as well. So we've gathered a load of rainwater, which was actually in this bucket, and I've just moved it to other clean containers. But we're going to get some pebbles and some pond gravel, and we're going to build that up. I've got a plant, an oxygenating plant, which will be completely submerged, and another plant which will be partly submerged. And I've also got a pond lily as well. So we'll get all of those in place before I put the water back in. And then our little nature pond can start welcoming nature into our garden. The chickens have been watching with great interest. Hi girls! So Cloud is molting, so she looks really funny at the moment. She looks a bit bedraggled and bald. And then the other two are just looking glossy and fabulous. They've had their molts already. Poor Cloud. You're feeling a little bit uncomfortable, aren't you? It's midday, 5 past, and eating and vlogging as usual. I've just been up to wake Phoebe up. She's been asleep all this time. She was so tired yesterday. Dan and I are going to have a well-earned cup of tea. I'm having my toffee crumble that Lilia bought me in Rochester yesterday, which I haven't shared with anyone. Mine. And then we're going to go to the garden centre and buy some gravel and stuff.
Are we going to drop the kids off at shopping first?
I'm not sure. I can't imagine they'll be ready anytime soon. I'm meeting Sarah tomorrow, I've just realised. At Heber. Just remembered I'm meeting my friend Sarah at Heber Castle tomorrow. That's exciting. We're going to go and see the tulips. We are without children. They are both at Bluewater together.
Yes.
And we're at B&Q because we know how to spend our child free time.
Rock and roll.
Let's go and look for pond stuff.
So middle-aged.
I know. Got a bit of a bargain on the gravel and also on some of the decorative stones that we got to put in and around it. Also got myself some snazzy gardening gloves, not very heavy duty ones, but good enough for pond work. I have trouble with gardening gloves because they're always too big, but these ones, as you can see, nice and small. Oh, yes, chicken interruption. Right, let's get ponding. Fresh, clean rainwater. Submerged one. Andy. Maybe the other way around. What do we think? I like that. Or do I? Or did I prefer it the other way around? Oh. Out. Yes. There we go. Hey-hey's being overly dramatic. This is supposed to be like a little ramp for things to be able to go down. I'm not sure if that's too steep or not. And it's resting on the pot that this is sitting on, which means it's going to keep it submerged as well. I need to leave it alone to settle. So here we are, let's go a bit closer. We have our pond with rainwater. Just in here, which you can't see, is our submerged oxygenating plant. Here is my pond lily. Here is a half submerged plant. Got just some decorative stone all around the edge. There is some in the bottom as well. Lots of gravel and stuff and places for little creatures to hide. And I put a little bit of old paving slab here as a little ramp. I found an old stone at the bottom of the garden that was there when we moved in. So that went there. And these were part of a ornamental stone chest set in our old house that was there when we moved in. And I took these two with us when we moved out. So now they have a place watching over the pond. We all love to play chess. So there we go. And this will have something in it eventually. And I'm probably going to plant some sort of around the edge of pond plants, she says, knowledgeably, around there as well. And I've made a start on our brick edging, which is going to run all the way along, and then this is all going to be turfed all the way up there. Got a way to go, but very pleased. I actually think I might have mud on my face, I can't tell. Oh, it's 4 o'clock. The chickens are going berserk because we've been out in the garden, but we haven't been serving them with food and treats. So I'm going to take them down some vegetables a bit early. My hands have been in and out of mud and bags of pebbles and carrying things all day. So I bought some of this a couple of weeks ago, just because I needed some hand cream and that was what was there. And it's really good. Oh my goodness, I love it. But I went to buy some more the other day and it was like super expensive. And I'm sure that it wasn't that expensive when I originally bought it. Maybe it was a super duper version of it. This is just the normal hand cream, but it works really well on very, very dry hands after doing stuff like that. So I think I've earned a bath. So I'm going to run a bath, and whilst it's running, I'm going to run the hoover around because there is a lot of mud, particularly in the kitchen. There is stuff everywhere. It's just, when you do the garden, other things get neglected, don't they? But also you traipse things in and out. So I'm going to just square up and make things feel a bit better. But first, I am going to do the thumbnail for my podcast because that is due to go up anytime now. And it can't. It's ready. But it can't go live until there is a thumbnail. So I'm going to do that now and moisturise my hands. Oh, and before I do that, so I open my birthday countdown gift from my lovely friend Dominique. There's only a few more to go. You see all the mess here. So this is a folder of paperwork that's going to go away. This is all stuff Phoebe got out from her room that she's getting rid of, so I need to then wash and fold and take to the charity shop. And you probably can't see, but on the floor there's a load of bags that Dan's put here from football. Absolute chaos. Okay, so there's a special one for my birthday eve, which is at the bottom here. And I've got 2 more, so one for today and one for tomorrow. Ooh, gotta open this one. Will is the answer orange? I wonder what colour this one will be. Oh my word. Oh, that is such a lovely orange. I'm pretty sure only sort of Yarniacs would say something like that. Look at that, it's like a perfect pumpkin orange. Isn't that I could make a little mini pumpkin for Halloween. Already thinking of autumn. Look at that. Oh, that is beautiful. Oh, I can't believe that I've only got 2 more parcels to go. I've loved this so much. It's been just delightful. And it's been nice to be able to open them and share them with you. I've noticed, by the way, I've got a few orders in my Etsy shop, so thank you if that was you. I am going, as I said, to Hever Castle tomorrow with my friend Sarah, so I will get those posted on Tuesday. What did I say I was going to do now? Oh yeah, run a bath and run the Hoover around.
Is your camera dead?
No, just this was to hand. Can't do this one-handed. You can tell it's been a bit of a day when you sit down and talk to the camera for 5 minutes, having also filmed a cute teapot, which I'm now going to have to film again, or at all, and then realise that you didn't press record on the camera. So my hair is all ploofy because I have had a lovely post-gardening Sunday evening pre-dinner bath, just a short one, and I didn't do any editing in the bath. I just relaxed and watched a bit of YouTube, read a little bit of a magazine, and came downstairs and cooked dinner. We had fajitas, they were lovely. I normally do my fajita mix on trays in the oven, and obviously we don't have an oven because it's broken, so I just put them directly onto the air fryer, you know, shelfy things, you know, the holy shelves, and popped them in for 12 minutes, and they came out beautifully, and we had a really, really nice dinner. It's not my favourite thing, tortillas, because it feels like lunch to me. Wrapping something in a wrap feels like a sandwich, but everyone else loves it, so it was very successful. And it's back to school and college for the girls tomorrow, and back to work for Dan. I don't work on Mondays usually anyway, or Tuesdays, and I've got Wednesday off because it's my birthday, but I do have some online training I have to attend on Tuesday morning. So then I'm off Thursday and then back to work on Friday. So that is my week ahead. I'm really excited about my birthday, especially as we're doing this paddle boarding and we're all ready, and I'm just so excited for it. I'm going to go to Marks and Spencer's on Tuesday, buy some really nice bits from there for a picnic, and yeah, lots to look forward to this week. And I just wanted to have a quick catch up really and say a big thank you for your comments. As daily vlog series go on through the month, it gets harder to stay on top of comments, although I do dip into them at least 4 or 5 times a day and try to, you know, heart as many as I can and reply to any questions and so on. So I just wanted to say now that if I haven't done that, I am looking at them, and it's just because of how daily vlogs work. And thank you so much for your continued enthusiasm and comments, and thank you for all of that. And I need to get in there and ask, look for questions and things so I can answer them. I do know someone was worried about where next door's cat Mia goes when she goes out at night. So if she's in with us in the evening, when we go to bed we pop her in the kitchen, because there was a cat flap in the kitchen that was here when we moved in, and it's locked to come in, but it's open to go out. And if she leaves here, she goes home, because she has a cat flap to get home as well. So she just basically has the run of our house and next door's house.
Poor Mia just fell off the thing.
What did she fall off?
She was lying down and she slipped off the cabinet.
Of the cabinet she was sitting on. Oh dear, how undignified. It's all right, nobody saw Mia.
Having a cuddle now.
So yeah, I just wanted to say a big thank you to you all for your comments and for being here. It's really, really nice to see, like, especially, like, I asked the other day about feta recipes, and I woke up the next morning and looked at comments, and there were just loads and loads of brilliant, ow, claws. There were loads of really brilliant ideas and tips for using feta. Someone even suggested feta cooked in a certain way in the air fryer, so I'm definitely going to be doing that. And yeah, so it's just stuff like that. It's just
Any
really
air
nice.
fryer suggestions, recipes you have that you like in your air fryer, you can also leave them in the comments.
Yeah, and you're feeling a little bit glumpy, aren't you?
I have school tomorrow.
You're a bit of an umpty flump. Because
wanna
you're back.
stay
She's back to school
home
tomorrow,
with
and she
me.
keeps saying she feels tired. And I was saying it's probably not that you're tired. It's probably just you're feeling a little bit
Definitely not, because I'm tired.
on a low energy vibe because the holidays are over. And the Easter holidays are always a really fun holiday because you get to celebrate Easter. There's lots of chocolate. We normally do. We spend a lot of time together as family. Oh goodness me! The 2 bin bags there are full of the staticky polystyrene balls from the bean bag that I emptied, and if she gets her claws on those, it's going to be a disaster. I might have to move those out of the room. I am going to use them to make a little cat bed for her.
Like that?
In a fabric that will look nice in the living room. I also wanted to catch you up on some books. So you know that I finished Queenie. I was then in the market for a new audiobook, and then I picked up on Libby, which is one of the free library apps. That's another question someone asked. They said, do I use Audible? And I talked about this a couple of vlogs ago, but I just say yes, I use Audible, which I pay for. And I also use BorrowBox and Libby, which are both free library apps, and they're pretty good. But the
Not promoted.
the selection is not as good, especially where we are, because it really depends on your area and your library. But on Libby, I picked up the Marlowe Murder Club, and I wasn't sure about it when I started it, but the more I've listened to it, the more I really like it. I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, really enjoying that. And the more I read The Flutshare by Beth O'Leary, the more I realise I don't really like it. Not really enjoy it. I feel like I'm getting a bit bored of it. Like I was really enjoying it. Oh, why are you putting that face at me?
Because The Flutshare is amazing.
Have you read it?
I've heard of it.
Oh, she's heard of it. Anyway, tangent. Yeah, the more I read it, I really enjoyed it to begin with, and there was lots of stuff happening, and now we're kind of sort of just past midway, and I'm a bit like, oh, it feels a bit like really slow, and I'm getting a bit bored, so I'm sort of looking forward to seeing how it all comes together at the end. Yeah, Phoebe, who's in year 7, she's a really good reader, but you don't really enjoy reading, do you? Sometimes you'll find a book you love. Would that be right to say you don't enjoy it, or is it just...
I don't enjoy it.
Yeah, you get, I think, a bit daunted and in the middle. I think she just wants to get things finished. You liked Hitler's Canary a lot, didn't you? And she flew through that, Hitler's Canary. So if anyone's got anything of that ilk to ilk? I never used the word ilk. Where did that come from? If anyone's got anything of that kind of same-ish story and length and everything, do let me know, because Phoebe could always do with recommendations for her reading level. Anyway, this was a longer ramble than I intended, so I'm going to say... Oh, we didn't do a song of the day yesterday, I forgot. Who wants to choose one?
Yeah, what's that song we were listening to in the car?
What song?
It was like...
That's the one I wrote about and the teenage kicks and this is the one I was singing the other day to Daddy.
Pumped Up Kid. Pumped Up Kicks.
Pumped Up Kicks.
Yeah, I'll check who did it.
That's do you know, Phoebe, I did exactly the same thing 2 vlogs ago to Daddy. I was going me on Friday. It's obviously got into our heads. Oh, do you know what?
Dad's always
because it's on my summer playlist.
Do you know what we caught last night? There was they were doing a live concert. It's something from the 1970s of Carole King, and it was absolutely amazing. I don't know what channel it was on, but I will pop underneath or on the screen where we watched that, because we didn't know it was on. I'm not even sure we knew it was Carole King to begin with, and then we just were hooked. She was just an incredible performer.
I could hear it.
Yeah.
I was cleaning my teeth.
Yeah.
It is Pumped Up Kicks by Foster the People.
Pumped Up Kicks by Foster the People is today's song of the day, and it goes like this. I wasn't recording when I was showing your teapot.
Oh!
Bring the teapot.
Yay!
This is going to be a long vlog now because I didn't film much and now we're just chatting.
But
Sorry.
this is fun.
So, Lilia's friend, this is her belated birthday present because they haven't seen each other, and they gave her this epic decorative teapot. I want to hold it close
This
to
was
show
because
them.
last time they got me a decorative teacup.
They did!
Which was a candle. And it had crystals in it, and the more you burnt, the more crystals you got.
Oh, I just love it.
There's a back door.
It's so cute. They know you so well.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna put it on my bookshelf.
I think that would be very good on your books. Just make sure it's on a sturdy bit of bookshelf. Yeah. Say goodbye, Lilia. See you tomorrow.
Goodbye, see you tomorrow.
Say goodbye, Phoebe.
Goodbye.
Dan would say goodbye, but he's upstairs making our bed.
And mine.
With the